Good morning, everybody. It's COOLA from Rawstocks, and we're back at it this week. We are looking a little weakness popping through, but we'll see what's to happen. Okay, so stick with us. Want to do a quick shout out to our sponsors, Black Box Stocks and Gamma Edge. Without those guys, we would not be able to bring this to you guys every single day for free. So go use the links in our bios. Go check them out. Try your free trial, whatever. Come join us, whatever you want to do. But anyways, kind of taking a look at our little trend here, right? We love to use our distribution right here on SPY. You can see that we closed over it. Even into Friday, we showed a little bit of weakness kind of into the futures, and we're seeing this again start to drop below our daily four. So is this the moment of pullback? Potentially. Let's take a look at it. Let's take a look at the data. We're going to try to blitz this up this morning. First thing we got to do, let's look at today's data. Nothing. Dead day. Tomorrow, core CPI month over month, big one. We're also going to have Empire State Manufacturing Index. That's going to give us some insight. Tons of Fed speaking tomorrow, which is interesting. It's always can be a volatile day in that case. So most likely some type of directional day tomorrow. But looking into Wednesday, you're going to have core PPI, and then nothing really stands out to me. Industrial production a little bit, but core retail sales. This right here is going to be the big mover. We're going to have unemployment claims and core retail sales. This right now, this is being published as a potential or a forecast of a potential almost a little over 0.25% of a gain, and I wholeheartedly believe that is not correct. Last one was 0.3. I think we're going to get something close to that, if not a little bit stronger. That's my guess. But just to be clear, I don't have any data that indicates that, besides the fact that I just can see contraction in spending. Okay, building permits on Friday. This will give us some outlook of how investors are looking for the future, whether they want to hold their money. Do they think that's what's going on? I think we're going to see a slump in building permits. You're going to start to see a slump in building permits because I think as we get closer to some of these potential these rates being dropped, I think people are, as we get closer to the expected date, I think people are going to wait for those. So watch for that to slump over the next couple months. Okay, moving on. Let's take a look at Gamma Edge. We are going to fly through this, y'all. So get ready, strap in, get your pens out, because we're flying through this. Okay, so SPX today, full complex, call dominated, 65 upside. That is a new little position there. You can see that there is a double-sided move here, and it's most likely between. Let's see if we can find a big dog. Yeah, nothing huge, but clearly playing a little spread here, and so no higher than that, right? For the quarter, most likely is to come. But that's a pretty big jump, 6,500. Let's look at right now. Okay, call dominated for today, 6,300 to 6,235. Let's chalk that up on the chart. Let's get into 5 minute. Okay, 6,300 to what? 6,235. About already have it. Okay, so looks like again, looking like they're trying to highlight this area right here in regards to some type of supply. Okay, so watch that support there, or excuse me, demand. If you see that coming to this area, this is likely. I mean, we got to see where we're at. I don't even know where we're at right now. Are we outside the range? Yeah. Nah. We're right there. I haven't looked. Okay. SPX. Sorry. We're into this range. Upside to 6,300. Our transitional area becomes around that 6,260 area. Realistically, for me, it's this 6,250 pivot line for me. That's going to be, there is some, shorts above this, but 6,250 is pretty large. If we get over the top of that, I think this will be eaten. But you need to look at anywhere between 6,250 and 6,265 as some type of pivot. But we're going to mark this up right here. 6,250. Yeah. So watch for this to get bought up this morning. Watch for this to get bought up, and then we'll see if it presses through this. We're going to find ourselves extending, maybe breaking outside of our range, going for some of this liquidity before retesting this. I think you got to watch for some type of late day surge, whether, people, independent firms and stuff like that look and get their data. They do their own market research and they see that we're going to have a great core CPI. Well, then they're going to say, hey, we're going to buy this up and run it into close. And then we'll see it if the move runs us up to 6,300 after hours, and then they sell it back down on us. That's just how this cycle works. Okay. So let's look for confluence on SPY real quick. Pretty good size. Pull back here at 6,100 or 610. Today put dominated on SPY. So this is interesting, right? So this is kind of where we've seen this move, right? In this last few days that they've kind of inversed each other. And so are we going to see this press below this range? Well, it's possible. It is possible, but I find it doubtful that we get really below this 620 area, which is in our demand zone. So we'll see if this thing wants to break below here. There's a good amount of shorts here on top of this, and I didn't really recognize, but let me take a look again, see if there is any larger net delta shorts here above for short term. Yeah, I mean, it is very much a call dominated because of the pull here, but it's a decent amount of contracts, but it's definitely more of a put favored day in regards to how many shorts are above, right? So it is interesting to see. We'll see if that downwards pressure presses us through that range, if or not. Okay. Oh man, I just closed that. All right. Pulling it back up. My bad. Okay, let's take a look at Tesla. If I can spell. Microphone got in the way. I need one of those ones that hangs. All right. We're taking a look at Tesla. Truth be told, I didn't want anything to do with Tesla over the last few weeks, or over the last week. But it is getting that rebound finally out towards that 320 range that we'd kind of talked about. And I imagine that we're going to get a little bit of chop, because there is both ways trying to buy it up here, but clearly call dominated, pretty sizable net gex here. But when the short term, we had some really decent shorts. It's kind of flipping a little bit. So watch 320 to be your gamma wall. You really need to look at a potential 300 to 320 visit. So that puts the floor back on the table here. And we'll extend this. So 320. Okay. Back towards 300. This is your options range for the week so far until things change. But watch 320 to act as resistance here. And then if we break over the top of it, watch for some type of gamma squeeze. But watch resistance here for a potential move down towards, based on data here, we'll see a support at that 307.5. which kind of puts you right in this range here, 307.5. And if we break through that, it's likely going back towards 300. But watch for the short here, buying the dip here, and heavily buying the dip here, and you're looking to cut outside this for any type of negative gamma squeeze for an extension down towards 280. So, okay, that's it on Tesla. This was the gamma squeeze we talked about. Didn't trade on Friday because we're in the mountains. So I didn't have anything updated here. Okay, let's come here. NVDA. Super strong, call dominated, 170 to the supply. I mean, look at that. Look at here, 165. Your wall right now sitting at 165. So watch support at 165, even into that 162.5 area as a potential downside. Okay, so watch for a potential slip of 165, draw us into that 162 range, probably this low here, and then get bought up and retest into that 165 area right here. Okay, but if we show support here at 165, this thing has the green light to 170. Okay, so the continued expansion of NVIDIA towards 170, if we hold 165 or even hold into that 163.5 range, right in this, or 162.5. If we start to get below this, then we can start to look at this as a negative. But as of right now, you're going to see two different areas for this. This is the expansion here at 170. Okay, so we need to change this. This is 170 expansion. Watch for the support near this 163 to 162.5 range. And then watch for this to act as resistance. And I think this will be short-term high for us with 170 there. So, whoop. Template, red, resistance. Okay. All right. So that's it for today. Watch that 165 key level pivot. All right. And the intraday pivot there is at 165. You'll see the buy up near this 163 to 162.5. And we'll see if this thing wants to retest 165 and get over it, or kind of stuck on it. Or if we do break out above over the 165, once we lose this, we'll see if it wants to squeeze up towards 170. I think that's got good potential there, but I also wouldn't be shocked to see 165 hold here and just see this thing run up towards 170. It's super bullish. What can you say? But that does give you insight right here into it. SPY and SPX, right, for that little dip down into this range initially, and then we see it kind of rocket, would kind of coincide with what we're seeing there. But people are talking on Twitter, head and shoulders right here. I mean, I think that's already played, to be honest with you, over futures. We'll see if this thing runs back up towards 170, and hopefully you guys find this useful. Try to make this one short today. I've noticed that the content shrinks the longer we go. So I'm going to try to keep these under 15 minutes and blitz them. I'm going to get better and better at it. But until next time, we'll catch you later.